Ladies and gentlemen, you are now tuning in to the undefeated Mustache John.
Fitting that I would just do that. It is what it is. From the top, one more time. Live Barcelona news. Wake up and Barca. We're going to be talking all about, as I said, but you couldn't hear me, all about the loss against Athletic Club. My performance starting the show matches the performance of Barcelona yesterday against Athletic. High drama, incredible goals, but overall not good enough. So that's what we're going to be discussing today. Oh, my goodness. I still need to figure out what my producer's name is going to be so I can start yelling at my producer for the microphone, for restarting the intro, which I think I just turned off. We'll see. Yes, I did. Okay. Anyway, folks. Yes, the rumors are true. Barcelona's out of the Copa del Rey. The defending champions, no more. 3-2. If you didn't see my reaction video, you can go back and watch it. I celebrated for about 2 minutes when Pedri got that goal. But we're going to talk about some stats, then we're going to jump over and do the good, the bad, and the Barca, and then we'll get caught up here. I do want to say good morning to some folks before we jump into the good, the bad, and the Barca, though. Odegaard, hello, good morning. Kudis, the Stash Squad commander, how we doing, sir? Levi, hello. Klops and Robbers, again, one of my favorite names in the community here. LeBeau, Coffee at Dawn, good morning. Brandon, hello. Pancho, hello. Gamer Boy, Salim, you might be new here. Good morning. And thanks, everybody, for letting me know about the microphone, too. It happens sometimes. It happens. It's one little button where I forget to unmute myself. Ay. Dennis Thorne says, I remember my first stream. You're hilarious. I love you, buddy. Amateur hour here sometimes. Jovali is also with us. Kinney, hello. Ernest, hello. I think that's just about everybody. Good morning to you all. Let's take a look at some of these stats. Barcelona, 67% possession, only 3 shots on target. Unacceptable. The fact that Athletic, with 33% of the possession, were able to get 19 shots and 7 on target. They had the same number of shots on target that we had total. And we had 67% of the possession. 67%, my friends. For anyone who thinks we don't need a number 9, just look at those stats. 67% possession, 3 shots on target. Garbage. 86% pass accuracy. That's because most of it was around our back line, just across the midfield. Terrible. 22 fouls to 24. It's going to be a physical game against Athletic. I'm not too worried about that. But just, ugh. Yellow cards galore. Ansu Fati got injured. Looking at the starting lineup, Abde, unimpactful. Jukla, unimpactful. Ferran Torres outside of the goal, unimpactful. Gavi was non-existent. Even after the halftime subs and he moved out to the left wing, he was a ghost out there. Completely non-existent. Busquets was Busquets. Pedri, probably the one shining star. Excellent performance. One of the few people dribbling through the midfield. Jordi Alba, oh my gosh, maybe his worst match. PK was PK. I think everyone else was worse around him. This was Araujo's worst match. We'll talk a little bit more about that specifically. Dani Alves, boy, I love you, Danny, but no. Ter Stegen, meh. And then our subs coming off, we had, Serginho Dest, Braithwaite, unimpactful. Nico did okay, but playing out on the right wing, what are we even thinking with that? Frankie de Jong, he was basically tasked with coming on and just helping Jordi Alba cover Nico Williams on that left wing there because Jordi was getting smoked. Anyway, that's a quick overview of the stats and the lineups. What I want to do is dive into the good, the bad, and the Barca, my friends. Again, Athletic Club 3-2, disappointing results for Culers, knocked out of the Copa del Rey, no longer defending champions. I don't have excuses, we just weren't good enough. Not good enough. in a number of areas. So we're going to talk about the good, the bad, and the Barca. I will have a mustache man of the match. Eventually, I got to figure out some alternative to the mustache man of the match for when we lose, and there shouldn't be a man of the match. I got to figure that one out. But for now, we've got the format we've got. We're going to talk about the good, the bad, and the Barca. Starting with the good, I like to begin things on a positive note. So what was good about this match was Ferran Torres getting his first goal. Like I just mentioned, he wasn't super impactful for the rest of the 90 minutes. Barcelona were completely overwhelmed at the beginning of the match, struggling to get possession even. And then out of almost nowhere, we get a little tiki-taka possession out on the left wing. Ferran Torres, very patient, very clever in the way that he cut inside on that run. Busquets with the composure to cut back, give it to Torres, gets around one defender, sets it, forgets it. Beautiful shot to level things up at 1-1. So for that goal alone, Ferran Torres gets the good box. But that's where my positivity kind of slows as we roll over to the bad box. There was a lot of competition for this box in this match. I could have gone, honestly, with any of the defenders. I could have gone with Gavi. I could have gone with maybe Ter Stegen, but not really. I kind of want to blame him for that second goal, but he's lower on the list, okay? Primarily any of the defenders. Even Araujo had his worst match for Barcelona. Several times in that match, he was caught in two states of mind on 50-50 balls. Do I go two? Do I drop off? Maybe I'll take a step forward and then, oh, I'm not going to get there. I better drop off. Hesitancy as a defender will kill you. We cannot have that. Horrible performance from Araujo. PK was pretty much PK. My expectations for him are pretty low. Jordi Alba, though, you got it, my dude. You got the bad box today. I can't express to you enough how worried I was immediately when Nico Williams took on Jordi Alba for the very first time. The very first time on the right wing, I went, oh, we're in trouble. Jordi Alba is going to have a long evening. And then, excuse me. And then for the rest of the match, we had to cover that fact. And then Dani Alves on the other side. So Dani Alves only avoided this box because he had that bicycle kick assist to Pedri. Dani was going in this box for sure. His not just defending, but his overall play in the final third. Dani Alves put Barcelona in terrible positions almost every time he got the ball in the defensive third. So Dani just missed getting in the bad box because he got that assist. But Jordi Alba, you're in it, dude. You are a defensive liability at this point, and you're not doing anything on the offensive output to justify your spot in the starting 11. All due respect to the captains. It's time to rotate. I think Jordi Alba even said after this match that it's time for the veterans to lead these youngsters into their roles. But for your overall performance and the handball, oh my gosh, I almost didn't talk about the handball. You guys, as a veteran in extra time of a Copa del Rey knockout match, you do not go flying in with your arms in the air like that, even if you do start to tuck it in. His initial lunge was hands up like this. And as soon as the ref saw that, even though he went to go tuck it, as soon as the hands were in the air, it's a penalty. Clear penalty. So I almost forgot to even talk about that. Get in the box, Jordi Alba. Anyway, typically, for those of you that are familiar with the good, the bad, and the Barca, typically the Barca box is more of a positive one. But this one actually gets mixed feelings, and it's more metaphorical than anything. Dani Alves. I mentioned that he was this close to a bad box. He avoided it because of the assist to Pedri in stoppage time to tie things up. The reason why he gets the Barca box is because I can't think of an individual performance that was more Barcelona than Dani Alves in that match. Barcelona and Dani Alves, not good enough this year, but did just enough to give us some hope just to have our hearts break again. So metaphorically speaking, on a small scale, Dani Alves' performance against Athletic mirrored Barcelona's performance throughout the year. The ups and the downs, the frustration, the celebration, anything but boring this year. So if nothing else but for a metaphor, Dani Alves gets the Barca box, which leave us with the mustache man of the match. I mentioned it in our little overview of the lineup. Pedri, maybe the one bright shining star for Barcelona in this match. He's the one midfielder that was actually able to get through Athletic's midfield line by dribbling through them. Gavi was non-existent. Busquets does not try to dribble through anybody because if he loses the ball, it's counterattack city. De Jong had to stay back because he had to help cover Williams on the wing. A lot of people, I already saw it online, a lot of people were giving De Jong slack because of, they say, oh, he wasn't doing enough and yada, yada, yada. De Jong was put on the pitch to stay back and help cover the wings because our fullbacks couldn't do the job. That's why De Jong was out there. So I don't want to hear any criticism of De Jong. I think it's got to be time to rotate. The performance wasn't good enough. 67% possession, 3 shots on target. It's not good enough, folks. We have to do better. We have to do better. All right, that's where I'll turn and get caught up on the chat. What do we think, folks? What are your thoughts on the good, the bad, and the Barca? What would you change? What did you like? Levi says Xavi in the bad box. Give me a little bit more justification for that, sir. Levi, I believe Jugla is a striker. I think he plays striker for Barcelona B, if I'm not mistaken. Ernest says the injuries should have taken the bad box. I thought about that, and I considered it. I've put the injuries in the bad box before, but Jordi Alba overall, just you have to call that out, particularly for the penalty. If nothing else, like his performance wasn't up to par, but the penalty, you're a veteran. You have to know better than that. It's not worth the risk of throwing your arms up. Like, what are you doing, man? You're in the box. Brandon says Williams brothers punished us. Yes, they did. They both looked good, especially the younger one, Nico. Looked fantastic out there on the wing. What else? Unlucky on the handball. I don't know, dude. I think that's because we're Barca fans. I think we're being a little bit biased there. I want to say it's harsh, but if I'm really being honest, I don't know. Des should have played instead of Alves. I would have been okay with that. Des was he was a fish out of water by the time he got put out on that left wing late in the match. I would definitely looking to start him at right back over Dani Alves. Excuse me. I really thought Dani was just going to come in as a mentor. I did not expect him to play as much as he is and not in these bigger matches. You Stupid says Alves is serviceable, but Frankie de Jong, Nico, Pedri. Here's the thing. The reason why Alves got the start was because of his ability to get the cross into the box. One and only reason. Defensively, his pace is not there. He knows the tactics, right? He can put himself in good positions, similar to Busquets. But at the end of the day, Dani Alves was out there to get crosses in the box. He did his job, but his abilities are pretty limited right now. So I would rather just throw Dest out there, give him the experience. And if it doesn't work out, then it doesn't work out. But give him a shot, you know? He's barely had any time at right back playing for Barcelona. They've been asking him to play right wing, left back, left wing, you know? Josh says, do I think Xavi is playing favoritism in the case of Alba, Piqué, and Busquets? Busquets, maybe. Piqué, I don't... Well, maybe, because maybe we do a Langley-Araujo combination. Langley is not getting enough playing time for me. Jordi Alba, we don't have other options. I know there's Balde, but you got to trust what Xavi's seeing on the training ground in that regard. BJ, good morning, sir, says it is easy to win against Barca, high-press Barca defense, and make Barca midfield crowded. Maybe we need to improve left back, center back, right back instead of signing Haaland. I'm going to half disagree with you. So, yes, the key to beating Barcelona is a high defensive press because we don't have enough pace in the midfield because of Busquets. And when we don't have a healthy squad without Ansu and without a Dembele, my goodness, we'll talk about Dembele, then we don't have enough pace up top. If you don't have pacey forwards, then you don't have the defense. Then you don't have the defense worrying about balls over the top, balls in behind, so you can press as high as you want. So yes, we need to secure a future left back. Yes, we need to figure out who's going to be the future center back pairing to Araujo. I still have faith that Dest will be the right back of the future. If not, I think we have to look to the transfer market, but that'll come in the summer, if not next January. So priority signing for Barcelona. I know all summer I said defensive mid, but now that we have Gavi and Nico emerging and Pedri as a solidified starter, De Jong is in there, Ricky Puig is in there, I would prioritize a number 9 because we don't have a proper number 9. That's all I'm saying. Kudus makes another great point. Chalk it up to still working on chemistry. The Barcelona B players have a little bit better chemistry with each other, but you could see particularly late in the match on the left-hand side, you had Jordi Alba, Frankie de Jong, and Serginho Dest. Those three have never been on the same side of the pitch together, all playing at once. So I'm just not... It has been a long season of waiting for Barcelona to have a starting 11. We've been waiting all year long. Dembele out, Ansu out, Pedri out. I think we lost Gavi for a little bit. Could be making that up. Memphis, Braithwaite. You know, it would have been nice to have Luke de Jong in this match. Hate to even say it, but the way he's been performing and the fact that we had Dani Alves and Jordi Alba out there to get crosses in, would have liked to see it. My goodness. Klops and Roberts, hang in there, buddy. I know you're speaking in hyperbole, but hang in there. Life gets better after school. You're all right. Sam, good morning, sir. No worries. There's no penalties for being tardy here on Wake Up in Barca, thankfully. But I'm sure we do have some new folks joining us. So real quick, before we jump over and start scrolling through Twitter for some news, I do want to send out another invitation to everybody watching to join the Stash Squad. Come hang out with us. We're here every Monday, Wednesday, and Friday covering the Barcelona news, having some caffeine, having some good conversation, and starting our day. And then we're here for all the Barcelona matches. I do the commentary. I give you the scoreboard, the time. All you have to do is hang out, chat with Culers from around the world. That's what we're about here on the Undefeated channel. So go ahead and subscribe, turn on notifications so you don't miss any of the live action here on the channel, and then consider giving this video a thumbs up. If you're watching this live, if you're watching this on replay, help support the channel, give it a thumbs up. I appreciate y'all very much. Kuda says, pick a player and find an injury. That's pretty much how it's going, man. You Stupid says, we have a good left back. They must warrant the Oh, okay. So you're talking about the former left backs that we got rid of. Yeah. Digne, Cucurella, Grimaldo, all playing well for their respective clubs now. Here's the thing, though. You're going to see the same thing with Coutinho. There's some players that don't fit what Barcelona specifically wants out of their personnel. Coutinho was that case. Zlatan Ibrahimovic was that case. Yaya Toure was that case. Pep Guardiola shipped him off because he didn't want him, and then look what Toure was able to do at Man City in the years after, until Pep Guardiola eventually went to Man City, and then Toure had to leave again. Just saying. So it's not always the player's ability. A lot of it rests on the tactics, and Barcelona are very specific in the way that they play. They're very demanding in terms of your skill on the ball and your passing ability. So for that reason, a lot of talented players, a lot of big names don't work out at Barcelona. It happens. Doobie, good morning, asks, did I sleep last night? According to my Whoop strap, I only got like 50% recovery, which isn't good. Not good. So it might be a long day for Uncle John here. Man, Visca Barca, good morning, says Catalan tax is the best tax in sports history. What do you mean by that? Kuda says maybe a like, maybe go back and like 2 videos. Oh wow, what a challenge to the Stash Squad. Go back and like 2 videos. My goodness. We do have my live reaction. So if you missed the live watch-along party. You can see my reaction to all the goals, including a 2-minute celebration of me taking my shirt off for the Pedri goal. All for nothing. No big deal, but that's live on the channel. You can go check that out. Other than that, I think we're ready to jump over and look at some Twitter news. I got a couple questions in the chat, and then we'll jump over and catch up on the Twitterverse. Ange says, Ange, hey, how we doing, Ange? Good morning. LeBeau asks if I'm watching AFCON. I'm keeping loose tabs, but not really. I should be watching more, of course. Great matches going on, but I have not been catching them, unfortunately. William says, do you think Ansu will ever be able to play a full season? I don't know, dude. I don't know. Reports are saying he's going to be out 4 to 6 weeks. I'm sure we'll see something on Twitter about it. Landreth, hello. Good morning to you. Kuda says the uncensored video of the celebration on Stash OnlyFans. My goodness. We don't need to go down that rabbit hole. I was gonna speculate and go down that hole. We don't need to. Visca Barca with an unpopular opinion says, we are so good with veterans. I love Boosie and Alba. Listen, I'm not saying they don't have their place at the club. I'm not saying they don't have their place in the squad. But we are long overdue for when we should have been rotating those players. And now we're at a point when we probably don't have proper replacements for some of them. You know? Yeah, Frankie de Jong and Nico are both going to need some time in that center defensive mid role if they're the solution. Yes, Balde or Dest at left back, they're going to need some time to adjust to take over for Jordi Alba. Eric Garcia is going to need some time to take over for PK. All of these things. Damn it, Kudus, I knew you were going to pick up on that. I tried not to. Slip of the tongue. There's another one. We're just going to stop. Anyway, Levi says La Masia is like 90% Catalan. We like Catalan players because they grew up supporting Barcelona. Very true. We try to traditionally have homegrown players from the Catalan region. That's why a lot of Barcelona players will do exhibition games for the Catalan national team. The Catalonian national team, I should say. But it's time to rotate. It is time to rotate. I did not see the quarterfinal draw for the Copa del Rey. No, I don't want to look. It's like getting on Facebook and seeing who your ex is dating. I don't want to know. I'm just gonna be checked out for a little bit. When it doesn't hurt, I'll check in. I'll do a little drunk text. I miss you. You know what I'm saying? Pancho says, I think Barca needs to be a bit ruthless this summer in order to have some growth regarding vets. Potentially, again, we've hamstringed ourselves by not rotating players to give them the experience so that they're ready when the time is right. We've hamstringed ourselves financially by paying almost $500 million. Euros. I'll get it right. We've paid almost €500 million in transfers over Griezmann, Dembele, Coutinho, and I think I'm missing somebody else. Was it Pjanic? Might have been Pjanic. I forget. I think I'm missing somebody. But colossal mistakes financially are really hindering Barcelona. That's the biggest thing. And people keep forgetting. We want to talk about the play. We want to talk about the veterans that need to leave. But financially, we still need like a year to fix things. Alemany and Laporta are doing some miracles right now. But overall, we need time. We need some time. My thoughts on the Dembele situation is that he can go. I don't care what his statement says. I caught some of it. The biggest part to me was that he still trusts and believes in his agent. You can say that you want to be here at Barcelona all you want. Actions speak louder than words. So Dembele, you can go. The financial demands that you're asking for after missing almost half of the matches over the last 4.5 years, kick rocks, dude. Absolutely kick rocks. Don't need you. Don't need you whatsoever. Let's get on Twitter and let's see what's going on with news. We're just going to do a quick little scroll through. I mostly follow Barcelona stuff, so we'll just see who's saying what here. Are we playing Oh, yeah, Deportivo Alaves. Barcelona will wear the Senior kit against Deportivo. Cool. Good thing I got mine, so I can wear it along with the kit. We will be live for this watch-along Sunday against Alaves. I know typically we would be doing a match preview, but I figured you all would want to talk about the Copa del Rey instead. So maybe we'll do a random match preview over the weekend. Make sure you're subscribed. Turn on those notifications. So if I do a surprise stream or a surprise video for a preview, you get that notification. This was kind of funny. I saw this earlier. Busquets plays like he's listening to Coldplay in the background. Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness. That's funny. I want to comment on what you stupid said here. So back to the La Masia players getting preference. He said, how about Eto'o? How about Ronnie, Juli, David Villa, Suarez, Rakitic, Pedri? Those guys are I think you meant those guys aren't Catalan. Yada yada. Those are the exceptions to the rules. And some of those players got run out. Samuel Eto'o only had a couple of years under Pep Guardiola before Pep was like, no, dude, you get out. And Samuel Eto'o was a world-class striker. Ronaldinho, same situation. Had his couple of years, but then by the time Pep Guardiola took over, he said, no, it's time for La Masia. So Eto'o, Ronaldinho, both run out. Rakitic, same thing. And Suarez. If you look at the players that got shipped out of the players that were over their prime, that needed to be rotated out or transferred, the only ones that left were non-La Masia players. Think about that, including Messi. So the La Masia bias is in, folks. Barcelona do have preferential treatment for La Masia players. You stupid, just put in a big list of players, and the ones that aren't Spanish and aren't from La Masia, booted out. Just saying. Anyway, back to the Twitterverse. I'm tired of seeing this. I'm tired of saying, Ousmane Dembele's agent, Moussa Sissoko, has a meeting scheduled. They still believe that they can talk things through. Blah, 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 blah. I don't care. I'm so over it. It's so boring. I'm tired of the tweets about it. I'm tired of the conversation about it. Just leave, bro. Apparently there was a $15 million offer from Chelsea. Take it. Don't even ask any questions. Just take it. Sell him for $1 for all I care. Just don't pay him for the rest of the year. I'm over it, dudes. Super over it. For his own sake, Dembele should be desperately hoping that he's played his last game in a Barca shirt, because you can imagine how the Camp Nou... Wow. True. I wouldn't want to be Dembele playing in the Camp Nou. That's for sure. Georgie Danvers says, how Sergio Roberto is still in the team is still a miracle. That's harsh. That's pretty harsh. Out of all of the captains and the club legends, I think Sergio Roberto has been the least damaging out of all of them. And he's been injured for all of this season. And he, for like 10 years, played out of position for the club. So out of anybody, I really don't have any gripes against Sergio Roberto. Catching up on the chat here. Levi says Roberto has been injured and none has been willing to buy him. Vipula says the guy who rumored 15 mil is unreliable. It would make sense if Thomas Tuchel wanted to get Dembele back. I would be very worried for Christian Pulisic's playing time if Dembele went back. Sam Marston says, in the aftermath of last night, worth mentioning how great Athletic were in beating Barcelona as Xavi did. What a performance from Muniain. Fair. Muniain was really good. Even just the way he kept the ball in the corners late. Can't believe he's still not 30. Yes, Muniain played well. The Williams brothers were great. Athletic did what they needed to do, but we just weren't good enough. Ugh, we can talk about this. Bro, no. All right, this isn't 2014. Oscar has been playing in China for the last 5-6 years. Not elite, not a top level. He was one of my favorite midfielders back in 2014. when he was playing at Chelsea. But, bro, no. We just got rid of our Brazilian number 10 that didn't fit. We don't need another one. Please, no. Just move on from that. Who's this guy? Who is this joker? Wake me up from this nightmare. That's not a positive attitude. But Barca Universal, that's the tweet we should be looking at. Ansu Fati out 4 to 6 weeks, according to Sport. Not official, of course. Not coming out from the club yet. But 4 to 6 weeks. It's heartbreaking. It's absolutely heartbreaking. Again, Fabrizio Romano talking about Oscar, saying it's not over yet. I don't want it. I don't want it. I don't think we have anything Barcelona trending here. We don't. Okay. I think that's where we'll look to wrap up, folks. Let me catch up on the chat one more time. It says, Oscar reminds me of Paulinho. No, they're very different players. Oscar's a number 10. Paulinho's a number 6. Kuda says, you mean China League is Bush League? Listen, I didn't say it. I didn't say it on the internet where the Chinese government can hear criticisms. I did not say anything like that, Kudis. Okay? You didn't hear that at all. Oscar for free, don't care. Don't want him, don't need him. Our midfield is crowded. We have Gavi and Pedri and Ricky Puig, if we wanted to, as our midfielders that can push forward. So not a fan. This isn't 2014. Anyway. All right. Odegaard, if you want to take Dembele at Real Madrid, please do. Just double down on his hate. Levi, you're hilarious. You're hilarious. All right. We'll wrap up with this, folks. We'll go over and take a look ahead. Barcelona, as we mentioned, are playing Deportivo Alaves. That's going to be my time Sunday, January 23rd, 3 p.m. kickoff, which means we are live about 30 minutes before that, 2:30 p.m. That's going to be Eastern Standard Time. Come hang out with us. We'll be doing a live watch-along. In the preview show, we'll be going over the lineups. We'll get our predictions in. We'll hang out. We'll get that energy going. And we'll see if we can maybe get into the top 3. Is it a possibility? Let's take a look at the standings, actually, before we wrap up. Okay, so we have a match in hand still against the top 3. So let's assume that we win our match in hand. That would put us at 35. So we need Betis, Athletic, and Sociedad to drop points. We need to win our match in hand, and then we need Betis, Atletico, and Sociedad to start dropping points. And then we can get back into the top 3. That's basically all we have to fight for this year. Europa League would be a long, tough road to the final. I don't have a lot of confidence that we can get there. Our best shot at Champions League is going to be top 3. We're out of Copa del Rey, so right now it is all about La Liga. Leo, thank you so much for the super chat. I appreciate it. He says, I have depression because of Barca, bro. Pain. Hey, listen. You are in the right place, my friend, all right? The Stash Squad, the undefeated community, we have your back, and that goes for all of you. I know that these are rough times. These are going to be ups and downs. We are our list of things to look forward to this season are dwindling, okay? But it's going to be a very exciting La Liga campaign in this second half. It's going to be an exciting Europa League tournament. I don't know what's going to happen from that, but for us to battle our way into the top 3 and get Champions League competition next year, tune in for the ride, okay? That's what I'll say about that. Speaking of tuning in, like I said, one more shout out. Subscribe to the channel. Turn on those notifications. Come hang out for the live streams. We're here live, covering live Barcelona news every Monday, Wednesday, and Friday. And we are here for all the Barcelona matches. Next one, like I said, Deportivo Alaves, Sunday, 3 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. I'll see you all there, my friends. All right, have a wonderful day. I love you all very much. Go out there and do great things. All right, thanks for tuning in and taking a ride. I'll see y'all next time. Mwah.